Lance.
7 P's.
So we had this shit. We had this at the house. Before something on fire here. They have coconut oil in a bottle like this. So the night before last night I get home, I'd never seen it. Spray the pan, make some eggs, go eat. It cooks a little bit faster. Actually, I should say it burns faster. But I was doing something else while I was doing that, and it fucking burnt the eggs a little bit. So last night, I get home, I'm gonna make some eggs. Grab the thing. No, nothing came out. Just the aerosol was dead. The can's full.
The magic sound came out.
Yeah.
But no. When the magic sound leaves, it doesn't work.
But nothing came out. So Lance says, why don't you just use coconut oil? And I said, I won't do that. And he said, why? I said, because this, I go like this, and I go like this, and I go like that. Done. This, I have to go like this. I gotta peel this shit off of here. I gotta fucking find a spoon because Colin's got him in the fucking office. And I gotta fucking...
I brought him in here.
No, you didn't, motherfucker. I just brought the spoon in here. You're using it right now.
Yeah, I just taken it in there to eat these this morning. I promise, because I had 2 in there last night and I washed them and put them back.
Now you've totally fucking sidetracked me.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, the problem,
so
your 12-step program.
I gotta do this, I gotta put it in there, I gotta go like that, I gotta put the lid back. I'm gonna end up with coconut on my hand. I'm gonna wipe it on you. You're gonna be mad that you got fucking coconut on you.
You could wipe it on your face.
Yeah. If I wanted to be a crazy bitch walking through Walmart, walking coconut oil all over my face, I would do that. I'm not that fucking crazy bitch. There is one around. Well, not around anymore. But there are crazy bitches walking through Walmart, wiping coconut oil all over people. Somebody will get that reference. Probably the crazy bitch that does it.
I almost want to put you in a little high chair.
Yeah. You can feed me.
And feed you that neck. But you got it on your shirt, man.
You know, toxins and pathogens pass through plastic like that. If you really loved your child,
get the glass one.
You get the glass ones.
Luckily, it's just for me.
It's funny. I'll bet that
I couldn't have it. I couldn't have it.
You say fucking made in China. They probably have.
I don't know. Made in China?
Yeah.
I don't know where these Gerber things come from.
Probably has melamine pigment in it or something. It says made not in the motherfucking USA.
Ingredients are just sweet potatoes, absorbic
Look,
acid.
the Gerber baby's even Chinese. They fucking outsourced the fucking Gerber baby. Those don't even, that's not even sweet potatoes. Those don't look like fucking sweet. When have you ever seen a fucking polished up, smooth, dirt-free sweet potato?
Well, they had to do it for marketing.
That shit's from a laboratory. They didn't even grow that sweet potato in a fucking dirt.
It's not even a real sweet potato.
It's only sweet potato by principle that it is orange, has beta-carotene in it, and tastes sweet potato-ish.
Beta-carotene.
That is a Chinese Gerber baby.
I think they have a few different ones. See,
beta-carotene's code for orange melamine.
Yeah. So, John, they've got a Chinese one, an American one, a black one, and I don't know what that one is. Maybe a Puerto Rican.
Latino.
Yeah. They had to cover all the bases on the. You see this? They had to cover all the bases, all the ethnicities of the babies on the lid.
There's 2 black ones.
2 black ones. You got 2 white ones?
No. They don't even have a white one.
That's reverse racism.
We need a scandal.
You don't even have a white one.
A scandal.
The only one that
even
looks white is the clip art one.
You need to say something that might be racist that people totally misconstrue and blow out of proportion as racist. We need Oprah mad at us. We get Oprah mad at us, it doesn't matter where that goes or what's said. You'll have Oprah money. You just need Oprah mad at you. You just need a cease and desist letter from Oprah Winfrey so that we can show it and fucking put that on the news and drive a bunch of traffic to us. It doesn't matter what she wants us to stop. It's just the fact that she wants us to stop doing whatever it was that we were doing.
I'd be pumped about that.
As would I.
Just if she got on there and be like, and there's this company.
Would that be like having draft money at that point?
You could have a whole Michael Jackson fucking zoo at that point.
A Neverland.
You could have a Pirates of the Caribbean ride underneath your mansion.
That would be awesome.
You want a Neverland, less young boys?
It's the Lost Boys.
You could probably afford a doctor that wouldn't have you killed. Was he found guilty? Did that happen?
No, they didn't.
They didn't find him guilty? My thought
There's a good ad for Obamacare.
My thought is if you're that fucked up, which obviously, I mean, there's a long history of him being fucked up.
Yeah, he was up there.
if he was that fucked up, whether that doctor gave him those drugs or not, he was going to fucking get them.
Yeah.
They were just, I mean, I wish he was alive. I mean, we'd have him come play at our party. Or at least have his...
I was a big fan when
At
I
least
was a child.
have his face chewing chimpanzee there.
Chimpanzees are mean.
Yeah, they're fucking very mean. They'll rip your face off.
Yeah, I was watching some documentary and these people owned, I think it was chimps. Because they're the most human-like or whatever, but one got out and, like, I didn't know this, but they're very primal when they fight, so they
Bite,
will
gouge
bite
eyes.
and chew things that dangle off. So they generally go for lips, nose, ears, eyes, and genitals and fingers. And when they found the people, their genitals had been torn off, their eyes were out of their head, their lips and everything had been gnawed. I was like it was like the most gruesome murder you could ever imagine. They said they found the chimp just hanging out on a limb. Like he went and mauled the shit.
Park, playing with some kids.
Yeah, he went and mauled the shit out of his owner who'd had him in that cage for so long, and then was like, well, I feel better now.
Look, monkey bars.
Yeah.
My mom had a fucking monkey when I got out of the Marine Corps and went back, and she had a crab-eating macaque named Elizabeth. And
crab-eating macaque?
Yeah.
Like a rhesus monkey or something? Is that the outbreak hot zone?
I don't know.
The little tiny white one.
No, it was Elizabeth was about, when she'd sit up, she was about this tall, you know, had a long tail, she wore dresses and stuff. Man. And but my mom had a dog grooming business.
That's funny. She used to dress you in dresses.
I know. My mom had a dog grooming business, and she would house sit these dogs and shit. And some of them Elizabeth would sit there and groom and pet and stuff like that, you know. But I was sitting there at my mom's house one day, and there was this. Elizabeth had a leash, and she was wrapped around a chair because this one little fucking yappy dog kept chasing her and barking at her and stuff. And so she's all wrapped around the chair, and I'm sitting there watching, and the dog comes running by and goes, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." And as soon as he gets right by her, Elizabeth just reaches right between that dog's legs from behind, grabs it by the balls, and yanks it right back to her, and fucking smacked it on the head about 4 or 5 times.
Holy shit.
And then another time, there was another dog barking and shit. She was in there by the food and water bowl, and I just see out of the corner of my eye, I just see this, and there goes the food dish, and I'll hit the, and then here comes the water dish. I was just like, shit.
Yeah, dude, they're too humanoid for me. Like, I could never own something that like looked at me and like I could at any point like look at it and be like, wow, our genome's only a couple genes off.
My mom.
We're like basically relatives.
Well, you are.
When Elizabeth died, my mom had me bury her in the backyard, you know, in her backyard. And so I did, and I did, you know, kind of proper little burial for her type of thing, grave and stuff.
Is her skull still there?
No, I don't know.
That'd be cool.
But anyways, you know what actually probably is?
I collect skulls. If any of you guys have fucking cool skulls, send them to us.
And I was gonna say, I haven't started a skull collection, but I too would like to get into that, just because they make. There's some really cool ones.
I skull collect.
Well, and you said you can order like artificial, but they look real, like saber-toothed tigers
and dinosaurs and shit.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
We actually know a dude. I don't think he knows that we know. We know a dude that has a dinosaur bone collection. He has several storage units full of dinosaur bone collections. Like, very, very impressive. One of the biggest in the United States. Somebody we know. We're not gonna mention any names. Lance is thinking, do they think I have a fucking dinosaur bone collection? Do you know who it is?
No.
I'll tell you later.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I give Elizabeth the proper burial and everything out in the backyard and stuff like that. And a few days later,
did you leave her hand up, holding a flower or an umbrella or something?
A few days later, my phone rings, and it's my mom, and she's in tears.
Oh shit! A dog dug it up or something.
She was dog setting these standard poodles. The standard poodles are those big motherfuckers,
yeah.
You know. And she'd let them out to the bathroom in the yard. They came back up with Elizabeth in their mouth. And I brought her in the house like a gift.
Your mom watches this, Lance.
I love you, Mom. I'm sorry, but she'd laugh. She knows it's funny now, but
at the time it was probably traumatic.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
So what were we talking about yesterday? So, members only jackets and shit. So this dude,
I want that on a picture.
Jerry Weston. I went to 4th grade with him. I used to hang out with him and a dude named Django. Fuck, that's funny because Django, before the Django movie, any of that shit, I actually knew a dude named Django. And Mike Wilson and a couple other dudes. Well, this dude watches our videos and shit. This guy from 4th grade, I remember his parents, I don't know if they owned a bowling alley or we just went to the bowling alley a lot. And he was real into, I saw it. He was real into Iron Maiden and shit, and that was where my heavy metal shit started when I was, into heavy metal and stuff. Anyways, he watches these videos, and he saw mention of this, and that motherfucker had a 4th grade yearbook and fucking emailed Lance a fucking picture of me from 4th grade yesterday.
Which was awesome. And
that's awesome.
How
Thank
cool
you, man.
would it be if you had that picture, and then you had like the little bubble art coming out the sides that said your order's canceled and refunded, fucker. Like so, but like you just thought it, like it was like a thought, like the little cloud that's above like cartoons.
We can send that to Marcus. He can do that.
I bet he could do that.
Yeah.
So there's John Willis in the 4th grade, and here's Jerry Weston right next to him.
In all reality, I was looking at the picture and I was like, I don't know that I can imagine you as a child.
Yep, there's
John.
John.
You had the same beginnings.
You can read the email. Read the email.
All right.
It's funny.
Let's see here. Let me pull it up.
I like having this table back, this empty rack here, Lance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where'd all the fucking boxes go?
Been shipping shit, and we got some back there still waiting on some responses and whatnot.
Motherfucker, you emptied out 3 racks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Done some business.
Let's see.
That takes a lot of work to do, though, offering dudes extra
It takes hours and hours and hours and more hours. And headaches.
If Lance could work, instead of working like 4 days a month, if he could work 20 days a month, we could do this shit every day.
I'm looking for it, man.
You just had it.
No, I had the picture because I saved it. I'm looking for the email, though. Here we go. All right, what had actually happened was he had an order in with us.
Yeah,
his was one of these boxes back here.
He's actually ordered several things.
Which
I refunded his order. Yeah, what's cool is we fucking had his order was shipping.
Yeah.
Like we refunded his order and fucking did we ship it? Did it go?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so Lance is looking over my shoulder and sees me refunded. He's like, "You're not canceling that motherfucker. Are you mad at that dude? Are you canceling this shit?"
He used to pick on me all the time.
So I sent him basically some options for his order to get it to ship, and he emailed me back, said, "Hello, the alternate options are fine. If you still have them, go ahead and ship them. I have attached an old ass picture of mine in John's 4th grade class. Hope it comes through. Enjoy. Tell John." Weber says, "What's up? Slightly Stupid, Jerry W." Which, when you put the Slightly Stupid on there, I like Slightly Stupid and Atmosphere. I think we should try to get them to come play at a party sometime.
Okay.
But
I was thinking we'd have Buck Cherry come.
Oh, fuck yeah.
There's a lot of crazy bitches around here that we'd fill that whole building up.
that's okay.
No women are allowed.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm not a woman.
I put so much testosterone in that bitch. I inject so much into her, she might not be anymore. That's why Mallory grows so large.
Why?
Because you're
putting so much testosterone in her?
You want to have this conversation in front of your family?
Not really.
You do know when you have sex and you ejaculate and a female semen goes in her, you do know that semen has testosterone in it, right? Is that correct or not correct?
Actually,
I'm not a biologist, but I think you are correct.
No.
I don't know.
It's actually just DNA. It's just genetic matter, genetic material.
Is it true that testosterone is just cholesterol?
Well, no. Cholesterols and testosterone are cholesterols. It's a form of cholesterols. There's more than one kind.
You're a kind. You're that kind. Mahalo mother.
What?
Finger popping Friday, bitch.
It is.
It is. Man, it has been raining.
I know. So it's supposed to stop tomorrow, though.
Is it?
Yeah, all the gutters and the ditches on the sides of the road are all full, but I kind of my front yard looks like it's fucking quicksand. But I come out and it's not raining.
Tomorrow's St. Patty's Day. You guys do anything?
Is it really?
I believe so, yeah.
14th,
yeah. It's Friday 13th today. Happy for that.
I thought St. Patrick's Day.
Here, I got the email I wanted you to read.
Huh?
I thought St. Patrick's Day was the 15th.
I think they're celebrating it tomorrow, though.
It's actually the 17th.
I was gonna say
Or
it's Monday,
that's why I
right?
sent
No,
him.
it's Tuesday.
That's what he replied.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm dressed in all green. Someone had posted it, and I had looked in the calendar, and I was like, it's not a weekend. Good, I can do something at work.
Oh, you lucky charm.
I'm gonna come in as a leprechaun. Are you gonna come in as a leprechaun?
When is it?
It's Tuesday.
No.
You're gonna dress in green.
We should do a leprechaun cock.
I think we should get you the Cat Williams little green leprechaun
Yeah,
I wish I could
thing.
get.
That
I wish I could get that little suit. It's like a
like crushed velvet.
Yeah, velvet suit.
Oh man.
Wonder what it costs to get Cat Williams to come out and do a show.
Oh, that would.
I think he's doing stand-up. You know, he went crazy for a little while.
Yeah, he went to the motherland.
Yeah, he had.
It's funny because
He
when
wilded out for a minute.
it's funny because when African Americans go back to the motherland,
You're not welcome.
the natives hate them.
Really?
Call them Kafirs.
I wonder.
I don't know about all of Africa. I don't know about all of it, but the majority of it fucking hate them.
So I have wondered that because people always ask me like, "Oh, have you ever been back to Colombia?"
You ever been back to the pyramids?
And I'm like, "No," and they're like, "Well, you should go back." And I'm like,
Who says that? A white
"Fucking-
guy?
I can't tell."
Is that your fat white
Yeah,
guy?
no, like for whatever reason.
We were in the gym locker room, and some motherfucker in the locker room asked him, "So are you Mexican? Are you a Mexican? What do he ask you? What?"
Yeah. So.
Listen,
I have to ask.
fat white preacher.
Yeah, he was like, so I have to ask, I don't mean any offense, are you Mexican? I was like, do I sound Mexican? Like,
He said something a little more. I don't know. Listen, fat Baptist white preacher.
you know,
That
like
sounded a little racist.
fuck, you never seen a brown boy before? You excited?
Wait
You,
till we bring
you want
a
me to
brown guy.
fucking shake some maracas at you or some shit like that? But anyway, I just think it's weird that
Can
people.
you play the maraca?
Everyone, all Hispanics can play the maracas. I was born with them in my hand.
So why do they call you Pueblo then? You hear what that guy called you? He
Yeah.
called you a little Pueblo.
But people do always ask. They always ask me when I would go home. But I do wonder, like, if I went to Colombia, because I know they hated the shit out of my parents when they were down there.
Yeah.
But there were blanchy white folk down there in
You should be like,
Colombia. So
home, motherfucker. I live in the same county with you.
yeah,
I
like,
own 50% of it. I rent you in property, and I employ fucking family members.
Yeah.
I think I'm fucking home.
that's what people ask me. Are you ever gonna go home? I'm like, so. Am I like just renting my citizenship
Are
or?
we talking about space? What are we talking about? Yeah, Anasazi, that's where they went, right? Space.
What is it?
I want to get the fucking crazy, fucking space alien guy. God damn it, Lance.
Next time you catch that.
I
shit.
should have had better cat-like reflexes.
The crazy alien dude with the fucking wild hair.
Yeah.
Somebody made an awesome. They
I've
made
never
like
seen that
50
video.
SOE
That's a real
memes.
You
video.
know what?
That's a video, right?
It's not a video. It's a fucking TV show on
Okay.
History Channel.
Okay, 'cause-
ancient aliens, and the dude with the crazy hair.
Oh,
I
goes,
said I wanted some. I wanted
all
some
the
SOE
memes?
memes, and dudes made like 50. Some really, really good ones.
I just want to know what he was actually from. But okay,
All right.
continue.
So this is from the guy Jerry that went to school with John.
That's what I
The
thought.
picture
I
and
thought
everything.
you had. I didn't realize I had.
No. So John, so I showed John the picture and everything, and John sends him this email. It says, Lance showed me the picture. Cool, man. Let me know if you need anything. Hope all is well. All is well with you. I refunded your order, and it is shipping today. And then Jerry comes back with, "What's up? Long time. First, thank you for the gear. Love everything I've gotten from you guys so far.
You not eating?
I'll have eggs, but just no.
Why didn't it fucking make you any?
Let's do it. I just have shake. I just didn't want to throw you off.
Oh, don't break the rules. All right. Thank you.
Did you shush him? Did you shush him?
Yeah.
Did you touch his lips?
Yeah.
I have to. I play the game.
He tried to block me, but
Yeah,
he
I
played
commit.
right.
Yeah, I commit.
Good way to fist me on that, man. Pound me. There we go.
Up to the elbow in it.
Yep.
Bend you over, grease it. Like a fish
I want to
square.
feel grease running down the back of my knees for the rest of the weekend. Let's do this. All right.
What are you talking about? That's how you live your life.
No.
What's up? Long time. First, thank you for the gear. Love everything I've gotten from you guys so far. My belt has turned into the ultimate quail/bird hunting bag. Excuse me, bag. I was going through cheap ass gear for a while, and that setup is going to last a lifetime. Also, every time I go to the South Bay Rod and Gun Club, someone asks about my AR sling. Everyone that sees it wants one. I happened to stumble across you when I was looking for gear about a year and a half ago. Between watching your videos, been watching your videos since, and they are classic. Myself, I've been married for about 7 years now. Been together 10 years before that. No kids. Working for the city for 17 years. I bought a house in Allied Gardens. Been living here for 12 years now. My mom still lives in Tierra Santa, so I always am around the old stomping ground. Still doing the same old shit we did when we were kids, except with better shit. I live to hunt and fish, so I'm always out in the hills or in the desert during the hunting season. And offshore or in the eastern Sierras during the summer. I bought some land up in Julian about 5 years ago and built a little cabin up there.
Julian's fucking awesome.
What can I say? All's good, really. I can't remember exactly when I saw you, but watching the shit you have accomplished is fucking impressive. I remember some of the craziness you went through. You were a ballsy mofo, to say the least. Much respect. I remember watching one of the videos and laughing my ass off. Made me think about some shit I hadn't thought about in a long time. You were talking about going to magnet school when they would bus us off to art and science classes. I still remember that teacher. His snake's name was Adolf Hitler.
The other big one, there was a fucking reticulated python that had to be 20 feet at least, and they had a Burmese python.
Shit.
They had a Burmese that was at least between 16, 20, and the other snake's name was George Washington.
Squashington, nice.
And that teacher, one of those teachers, when they shut down that school, I think the school shut down. Mr. Johnson was his name, I believe. Came to Tierra Santa Elementary, where Jerry and I went to school, and was Cody's and Dakota, I believe's, third, fourth grade teacher.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
So, like, we were in fourth grade going to that school, and when my kids were in fourth grade, that was their teacher also.
Right on. Anyways, I also remember going to some ghetto-ass performing arts school. It was the worst. The Wiz was popular back then, and this flamboyant black man had us dancing to that god-awful shit. Scarred me for life. I can see you doing the Wiz.
Picture a flamboyantly gay black man wearing, like, Richard Simmons outfit, like leotards and Flashdance shit. That's what this was.
Wow. Scarred me for life.
I think it was O'Farrow, maybe O'Farrow School of Performance. I'm not sure which one it was.
Shit, I was going to try to hook up with you at SHOT Show, but couldn't get away. Hopefully next year. Hell, we always go to Vegas since the in-laws retired to Henderson. Well, I could reminisce all day. Dango, my God, Dango.
That's
Shoot,
the Django.
or Django. Shooting John Willis's tooth out. Whatever happened to Doug?
John Wilson. I shot John.
Or John
Wilson's
Wilson.
tooth out.
Shot it out with what?
BB gun. We didn't have paintball guns back then, so it was BB gun war. So we
Yeah.
were always. I shot Mike Wilson in the shoulder, and we had to pop the BB out of his shoulder. I have a scar on the tip of my nose from a BB, and then John Wilson. I shot John Wilson's tooth out, and then he had made some homemade explosives or something, and he was fucking around. It was supposed to be rocket fuel in the barbecue out back by the shed at the end of the.
At the cul-de-sac there?
No,
Or
in the backyard.
Oh, okay.
In Mom's backyard. So he's throwing matches in this shit, and it finally goes off, and it catches the lid and shoots forward and fucking hits him in the face, and it burnt all his facial hair off, every bit of it. Like, he had no eyebrows, had nothing, had a real good fucking sunburn. I could have went much worse.
Yeah.
I had an HK-91, and we'd shoot it off the dock out there, off my mom's balcony, into the backyard. And we made a suppressor back then, 20, 30 years ago. Somebody like, oh, you can just put it wasn't even really a suppressor. It was somebody like, you can put a 2-liter bottle on the end of that, just tape it on, and it'll just catch the sound. Well, it amplified it about fucking 100. And that bottle was fucking all over the place. Like, pieces were over in the neighbor's yard, pieces were over here. And we take cans, paint cans, and build a little fire around them in newspaper, and we'd shoot them with a BB gun, and the paint would go psh, and the thing would fall over, and there'd be a big flame. And we did that, I don't know, 100 times or so. Like, we didn't have any more paint. Nobody could, it was impossible to get paint as a kid. So, you know, people, you get five cans out of your mom's garage and 5 cans from your friend's garage, and mom comes home, and this thing, one time, turned sideways and started spraying on the grass. So there's paint on the grass, and there's a bunch of burnt shit. The grass is on fire. It's time. Mom's probably coming up the street. So we throw the sprinklers on, get the fire out, and I'm back there with the mower mowing this shit, trying to mow it to hide it so that mom doesn't see it. We had we used to trap a bunch of stuff, and we'd skin out a bunch of shit. When we caught John Wilson caught a skunk, and all this shit we're talking about was, I don't know, 6th, 7th, 8th grade time. So I mean, we're talking over a quarter of a century ago, well over. So he caught a skunk in the live catch trap. And everything you read says, we'll just drown him. So he drowns he drowns the skunk in the pond. Dishwasher pond is what it was called. And he gets this skunk, brings it to the house, and we got the shed out back that my grandpa had made. It was like a little clubhouse when we were kids. And it was probably 10 by 10 feet, maybe. We had a little desk in there, and we'd skin all these animals out. Well, John would find shit all the time on the side of the road or whatever, fresh, like a coyote. And we'd skin it out. So we had coyote pelts and all kinds of animal pelts. Well, we had this skunk skin. And the skunk's very, very smooth. It's very...
Makes nice gloves, I think.
It does make nice gloves. So we're cutting this fucking thing with a scalpel. Skinning it out real slow, trying to not get any nicks in it or nothing. And I hit the scent gland. And that shit dripped, and you can see it. It's like Kim Light juice almost hitting. It hit the ground. In slow motion, you can see the spatter splatter out and get on my shoe, and like smoke came off of it when it hit the ground. And the skunk had been dead since the night before, so it wasn't body temperature. Whatever that shit is, it's fucking caustic. So I have skunk on my foot now, on my shoe, and I only have one pair of shoes. So I go to school the next day, and the first 2 classes are in bungalow trailers. So I'm in the trailer. It's like history class, I think. I don't remember my teacher's name. I remember he was a black man, and he was a coach, and he was fucking a terrible history teacher, but fucking just awesome coach. Every day during PE, he would let me just go to the gym with the football team and just fucking lift weights. And I was smaller, and I couldn't bench press. You know, they're all benching 135 and 205 and shit, the football team. So I couldn't bench press because all the benches were taken. I couldn't fucking, so I just curled every day. Fucking curl, all 8th, 9th, 10th. I remember doing French presses and fucking coming down and smacking my fucking bridge of my nose. And I remember some chick walking me to the nurse, and everything was in black and white. For like 2 hours, I saw it in black and white. So anyway, I got skunk on my feet. And all the girls were like, "Ooh, there's a skunk under the trailer. There's a skunk under the trailer." Well, some smart ass, some bitch, she caught on later in the day that every class that had the skunk had John Willis in the class with them. So it went on 2 or 3 days, and the skunk smell finally dissipated a little. So we've got this skunk skin skinned out, but it's very greasy. It's very oily. So we're salting the hide, salting it, fleshing it. Finally, we've got it about done. But there's still a lot of grease in there. I'm just impatient. So we wash it in Mom's washing machine in tomato juice. Well, the tomato juice, that might help get it out of clothing and shit, but it didn't really get it out of the skunk so much because it was there. I know. So we got the hide, and John Wilson or somebody's like, "Well, let's just dry it." So we put it in the dryer. And there's still like oil and like grease and shit on the hide. It's a very, very greasy like animal, kind of like a possum was. So Mom comes driving up, and the garage is up. As I'm taking the skunk out, I hand the skunk to somebody. She comes in. The dryer's up, and the garage is full of smoke from the grease.
Heating element in the grease.
From the grease, just the heat and the grease and shit. So I guess Mom doesn't recognize it. We didn't get caught for none of this shit. So Mom goes in the house, and I'm in there with a towel trying to wipe the grease out. And I vaguely remember her saying something's wrong with the dryer for, several weeks after that. There wasn't any smell to it. Like, it didn't smell, but the dryer would smoke.
God.
So that was growing up. Like, Mom, I remember Mom taking, so like she'd take me BB gun shooting me right at the end of this. Like, because when we moved into Chirsana, it was a new neighborhood, or had, you know, within a few years. The roads all ended at the edge of Chirsana. There was no 52 freeway or any of that shit. It was literally, the road ended. It was military property to old Camp Elliott training, and that went for, you know, 20, 30 miles. And then the border of Miramar, Top Gun Naval Weapons, you know, fighter school was out there. So, like, growing up, we had 100 miles you could fucking run. Like, you weren't ever supposed to be out there. But once you got way out there, they'd quit chasing you. So you'd be out there on foot. There's like old Indian burial grounds out there. There was an old Nike missile site. We'd crawl down, and it was like 3 levels deep. And then over the years, it'd fill up with water and shit. Like when Scully was talking about when we fell in that sinkhole back by, on the backside of the military base, and there's a missile base and shit, it's all back in there. That was, it was fucking crazy. Like, you'd have to time it. Like, we'd all have dirt bikes later in the day. First it was BMX bikes, and we'd ride way the fuck, you'd ride all day on a BMX bike with no water, and it wouldn't fuck you up. And you'd come up on old building, you know, construction sites they hadn't finished. You'd be trying to suck water out of the sprinkler system and shit. And you just, it never phased you. And then we'd get a moped, and 2 of us would ride 2 up on a moped, and we'd be carrying gasoline in like canning jars and shit in the backpack, so you wouldn't run out of gas. Sometimes we run out of gas, have to push it back. And then you get a motorcycle,
Gas
and
in a glass jar.
we were carrying gas in fucking
Glass jars on your back.
You learn fast when you're a kid. Like, you can't put gasoline in styrofoam cups.
No, you can't.
It'll eat through a milk jug eventually. I mean,
If you did that in your friend's kitchen, it could possibly set said kitchen on fire.
it could.
I enjoy this because usually when I go home and everything, you know, so the stories are all about shit I did. So this is nice. I like this.
I'm sure somebody will see this and have some more to add, stuff I've forgotten, but
Good times. Good times.
alright, whose food is that? Colin's?
Yeah.
You little motherfucker, you better eat that.
You told me to look.
Cut that shit off.
Those of you who haven't heard yet or don't know, Tuesday morning, I believe, is when it was. There was a Black Hawk went down off of Florida, and you can look on it on the internet and everything for all the details on it and everything. But basically, 7 MARSOC Marines and 4 Army National Louisiana, I believe, Army National Guardmen.
Guard guys, probably like 20th or something. Maybe.
The Black Hawk went down, I think, in some heavy fog or something. They were doing out there to do some training for amphibious operations and helicopter insert and extract techniques and so forth. But crashed, and all the bodies have been recovered and everything. I got a message on Facebook last night from a guy, Joel Quillen, and he says, "Hello, Lance. I'm a former 1st LAR, that's a Light Armored Reconnaissance Marine, and current deputy sheriff down in southeastern Kentucky. I love SOE's gear and use it every day. I love your guys' videos, and I'm hoping to take a TAC response class later this year and come down and maybe meet some of you guys. Anyways, one of the MARSOC Marines that was killed in the helicopter crash was Trevor Blaylock. I served with him in Iraq when he was with 1st LAR. Will you give him a shout out in your next breakfast video? That'd be really cool. Thanks, Semper Fi." So, thank you, Trevor, and your family and all the families. If you guys would, there's I was wearing in yesterday's video like my Raider Project shirt and stuff. The other days today I'm wearing my 1st Recon Battalion shirt. But the Raider Project, MARSOC Foundation, Raising Raiders, I think Operator as Fuck has a site up as well. There's several of them basically though that you can go to, and you can give $1, $100, whatever you can give, whatever. The money is all going on. 100% of everything raised is going directly to the families of those Marines and National Guardmen for funeral preparations and everything like that. So it's a hard hit in the community, hard hit for everybody, and thoughts and prayers go out to the families and everything. So thanks. All right.